Broad extremes there. I am grateful that I have the ability to use happiness to help me get through sad times. Now, I'm going through some sad times right now. As a background for where I learned my humor in the middle of the Maine woods, I learned it from the Muppet Show. It's very goofy. And I also learned it from the other extreme, Monty Python, which is British humor, very dark, realistic humor. I use the Monty Python to help me deal with tragedy a bit more often. And I'm glad that I can still find humor despite what's going on. I just want to do a skit here, and it's a rather difficult skit. It's a Monty Python skit, and it takes a lot of courage to do it. And if I start laughing, I won't be able to finish it. But it's rather dark humor. And I'll just give you the ending of it so you understand where it starts. There's a reporter with an old woman. They're both sitting down on chairs on the lawn, and the reporter has a microphone and he's leaning it towards the woman, and the woman is rambling on very slowly, saying his name, and then she just dies in the middle of doing it. She keels right over it, and he's like, he gets up from the chair, like really disgusted, like, and goes and walks off. You know, that's the end of the skit. It's like, that's kind of serious and dark, but how do you find humor in that? Well, it's the beginning part of it's kind of funny, so you have to look for it. Oh, there it is. That's where I'm going to go with this. Imagine a reporter, and there's the woman, and he's interviewing her, and they're filming it, and here's how it starts. Brahms, Beethoven, Bach, all famous musical composers. Why is it that the world has never remembered the name of Johann Gamblepati, Divan Ashford, Splendid Schlitt, Class Creme von Friedrich Dankelbastenko, von Naka Thrasher, Appermango, Chicken, Say, Grand and Rogers, Brandes, Kubu, Masparti, Gupis, Kipper, Eisenberger, Brad Person, Konendika, Mittelrocker, von Hauptkopf of. Oh. Here today, we are lucky to have someone we could ask about the famous composer, his wife, Sarah Gamblepati. Divan Ashford, Splendid Schlitt, Class Grand von Friedrich Dankelbastenko, von Naka Thrasher, Appermango, Chicken, Say, Grand and Rogers, Brandes, Kubu, Masparti, Gupis, Kipper, Eisenberger, Brad Person, Konendika, Mittelrocker, von Hauptkopf of. Oh. Hello, ma'am. I would like to ask you briefly, what was he like?
Well, when I first met Johann Gamblepati, Divan Ashford, Splendid Schlitt, Class Creme von Friedrich Dankelbastenko, von Naka Thrasher, Appermango, Chicken, Say, Grand and Rogers, Brandes, Kubu, Masparti, Gupis, Kipper, Eisenberger, Brad Person, Konendika, Mittelrocker, von Hauptkopf of. He was a very young, kind, and gentle man.
And then it goes on a little bit like that, and then he asks her another question, and then she just like, in the middle of it, she just, bam, falls down. And that's the skit, and you're like, that's horrific. What the hell is so funny about that? Well, there is some humor in that. It's not that people are dying is funny, it's just that life is absurd sometimes. It's ridiculous sometimes. You have all these serious things going on, all these distractions, and all these things trying to grab your attention. And yet, still you have to cope with all these other things that is just life. Food, shelter, clothing, and what am I doing? What's all this going on? I guess that's part of my point there, is what is the purpose of life? I guess we all have to find out for ourselves. But this type of humor helps me deal with some of the more tragic realities. Not to get too sad, but my sister's dying of cancer. She's got about 3-6 more months left. So we're sitting around the table and trying to talk, yet at the same time not talk. We're very open, but you just don't want to say, so how's the dying thing coming along? No, you just don't quite do that. But there's the awkward question that came up about the family reunion. Oh my God, that's in October. Doing the math, she's not going to make it. And how she answered that is like, well, it was asked, well, what about the family reunion? She just said, well, I'll check my schedule, but I kind of think I'm too busy. I'm booked at that time. And rather than cry, I think, which could happen, I just started bursting out laughing, and everyone else did. And that's where the Monty Python part of it became quite useful, how to see the happiness within the tragedy of life, how the flower grows despite the forest fire raging around it. What is your life? Life is what you make of it at the moment. You hold it, it's precious. You have gratitude, and you're jubilant while you're living it. This is what you hold on, the happiness, the memories. Where are you going to go with your life? And while you're doing it, try to have fun. I guess that's my only point, and I think having humor helps me to express that. Thank you very much.